Where are all my... There you are. You guys are going to be a little necessary in these inland seas, because when I fight Tunis, yeah, better believe Morocco wants a piece of that. England, you lose. You get nothing. Cornwall, please fall. Quit stonewalling me here. It's more like it. And that's everybody. So do we peace out with England yet? We're still relatively safe from the coalition for 3 more years. Of course it will probably strike. And it'll strike like hell. But we don't have to worry too much about that. Thanks to Morocco, actually. Munster, you're still at war with Leinster. We're going to be pulled into that war. If we vassalize Leinster. We could always not. Still figuring out the details there. You have dip 6, you have dip 8, you have dip 9. What do you think are the odds that Naples can reach to Leinster from there? What kind of range do you get at that tech anyway? Well, I'm at 9. And I got a range of 325. 325 gets me pretty much there from Sierra Leone. Probably a bit of a push to say that Naples could get that. Galicia could probably core this land. And Galicia is a bishopric with high admin as well. I'm looking to get these provinces onto a friend of mine because I don't want them. And giving it to Northumberland is a possibility, but Northumberland are going to have so much to core anyway. Poor Northumberland with their one pope. Gee, I'm just not sure. Jake, could you vassalize Munster and then release Leinster and release them in the Munster War? That would be a possibility. Not what I was hoping to do, but it is a possibility. Not at all what I was looking to do. Then again, people with this much aggressive expansion probably shouldn't be choosers. The thing is, when I know CBU, it's going to cheese off the North Africans something rotten, and the amount of land that I'm going to annex, yeah. Then again, if I get triggered by the coalition during that time, you make an excellent point. It's probably a better idea to release it to Munster. We will ravage Munster and show them what's what. Still doesn't answer the question what I do with this land, though. Who do I give it to? I could easily give it to Northumberland. They've already got 6, they would end up with 11, 12, 13, 19, 23. That's a nice round number. 23 over... yeah, probably roll with that. I don't have to worry too much about Northumberland. Scotland's going to hate me for this, but Scotland can go chew on something. I really love this transfer occupation. I suppose it kind of cheapens world conquest, something nasty, but you know what? It just gives you a kind of flexibility in this game that we've never had before. Son of a gun! Doesn't want that. Because he still thinks he has some say in the matter. When Norfolk falls, he'll rethink his position here. Just making sure that he's not colonizing anywhere. And you there. I need to know what's going on here, because, you know, that would be really funny. What if he was colonizing right here, under my nose? Check that out, and then repair up there, if you're still alive. Actually, probably better for you to check that out, less of a hassle. No, let's not take the atrocious route. This is something I'm looking forward to in El Dorado, the considerably better exploration. At least that's what I think is going to be there, if I was reading the Dev Diaries right. There we go, you just do that, you guys sit back in our colony. Norfolk needs to fall, of course it does. Rest and wrecked. And whoa, that's expensive on the dip power. That's okay though. We'll wait a couple of months and we'll have enough. Oh, Catholics. Galicia is helping them out with those, and Galicia has far better military tech. They'll steamroll them, no problem. Jake, discover St. Helena in Africa. Europeans like to colonize that land. They do indeed. Hopefully nobody has the range, but we will we'll make sure. Alright, one more month and we can do even more cheese. You guys are going to be needed to destroy Munster, aren't you? What are you guys even hanging around here for? Get out. Quit giving me attrition. The new colonization will be more passive, if I recall correctly. Well, as long as it's less hands-on for me, because sending out all these boats is a bit... Especially when I know where everything is, and I know that the random new world deals with that, but it deals with it in a terrible way by making awful maps that you don't want to explore anyway. Alright, so this is going to cost 195, but it's just going to give 4 provinces to Northumberland, nothing special. It'll also allow me to continue the coring of Glamorgan. But before that even goes through, let us culturally enrich Provence. That only costs 111 instead of 195, so thanks for giving us the points back. Yeah, Northumberland won't be able to deal with revolts over there. I'll need to ship men over to deal with it. Which means I need even more cogs. So many things to worry about. Get our diplomat back and deal with our friend here. Oh man, if I see an English colony around here, I am going to flip. Flip to Sunni, that is. Just kidding, I'm going to do that anyway. Alright, get back. And somebody else made an excellent point. Let's find St. Helena. Can't never remember where it is, but I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Seems I don't watch enough DDR Jake streams. No, watching one is already watching too many. Got a diplomat back. Let us vassalize you. Only costs us 50, and I'm actually going to take all your money, which is not something I normally do when I vassalize people, but frankly I don't want you. Oh, we'll be fighting Scotland. That I did not expect. Do I even want to vassalize you now? Because I don't want to fight Scotland. Scotland's been my staunch ally for all of this. Although, honestly, they don't need to be my ally anymore. And where are their troops? There we go. Oh, okay. Taking over Shetland. What kind of a navy do you have, Scotland? You probably have a few heavies. You start off with them, at least. Pathetic. Yeah, we'll curb stomp Scotland, but Munster is the war leader, so they're the only place we actually need to occupy. Worth it. Also frees up our Diplo relation just in time to take Leinster, so that's another positive thing. And you know, let's also claim a province just because we can. because we can do it so quickly. Oh, it's so nice to have 5 digits of manpower. You need to stop Scotland before they colonise as well, Jake, so go for it. I don't think Scotland's going to be too much of a problem. As we discussed earlier, they only take a third. And I got plans for Scotland, don't you worry. I'm not going to give them to Northumberland. I have better plans for Scotland. Hi Jake, not bad to have so many viewers at this early hour. No. No, it is bad. What are they doing here? Anyway, how did the French war go? As you can see, I'm in one piece. I just cheesed it out though. A quick mercenary thrown onto Tuscany's capital ended the war there and then. Because they were the war leader. No problem. I suppose before wasting all my troops here, I should figure out... You would be happy for me to cancel Leinster. So... this is all I need to do to get out of this war and lose all my aggressive expansion. So, if you haven't actually seen this trick before, unscrew your eyeballs here, because it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. There we go. Hopefully that's enough to make them want out of this war. It is indeed. Similar to what I did to Tuscany, I threw down a unit, because he's a small country, having one unit besieging his only province gives a massive bonus for occupied and besieged provinces, which is plus 20 to him wanting my my peace. Plus the blockade, that's really helping as well. So, going to get rid of Leinster, and it's actually going to cost him. It used to be a bug where this cost the person that gave up their vassals. And is there anything else I need to get rid of? Not really, I just want Leinster to no longer be my vassal. Yeah. Alright, now this coalition is pretty nasty, so let's get rid of it. That wiped out roughly 300 aggressive expansion in and around Europe. And we got rid of a useless vassal that I didn't want. Perfect. Just what we need to go and deal with our friends down in North Africa. So everybody's getting out of this coalition. Still have plenty of admin, which is what I need right now. Yeah, we're going to want that integrated elites. Okay, let's go for it. Oh jeez, Granada is coming to bits here. He'll be in bits in the morning. Thankfully, these revolts are not in particularly offensive places. Still, I'd rather my mercs dealt with it than me. Alright, just hold strong. I'll be with you shortly. Wait, how much AE does releasing a vassal clear? 1,000 globally. Nobody has any aggressive expansion towards me right now. The only reason there is any coalition against us right now is because people who are at war won't leave them. Also, sometimes the AI just refuses to leave them. Granada has internal conflicts. What does that give? I don't even know. They're able to deal with their own rebs, which is a nice change from certain other vassals I've had in the past. Alright, so who's tired of England? You scum. Right, what I need is for Northumberland to core all these provinces as quickly as they can. And with their level of, geez, a new bishop, and he's... Wait, was he the old one? In any case, he's still doing really sucky when it comes to his tech there. Alright, who's your new friends? Munster and Brittany. I was just at war with Munster, that's a shame. And I don't have Cassis on Munster. Yet another shame. Odd that you ally him. You have a claim on his province unless you're looking for more vassals. Scotland still like me. They want to be my friend. Allied with Munster and Brittany. Could just no CB Brittany and destroy England with that. Same problem as before. he would be a non-co-belligerent. So that would be 30. I could again take only 3 provinces off them. It would take like 3 more non-co-belligerent wars to take care of him. And that's... aside from the fact that he's probably going to integrate Tyrone and give me further headaches. And then there's France clawing ever closer to their exploration ideas. Just can't win. Alright, discovered by the Tunisians. Pah. Jake, fabricate a trade conflict with Brittany. We don't have any shared trade areas. I mean, where do they trade? Bordeaux? I got nothing in Bordeaux. I don't need CBs. CBs are for chumps. Shout out to that one guy who said no CB wars. They're a bit of a gamey thing. How do you propose you win as Ryukyu? Or do anything as Ryukyu? Alright, here's hoping that this isn't actually preventing any new cores for you. It is not. At least still haven't done Valencia. And this is nice, Castile did not take a port. If they had, it would have been bad times for me. This is bad times for me, though. The Sicilian Mafia made their way over to Malta. This is good, though. The Livonian Order survive again. They won't be annexed because their provinces are shared there. Alright, so we deal with the last of these revolts. We're only going to use our mercs. Plus, I suppose, our 1 bit of cavalry. I need to fix that, though. 3 more cavalry are necessary. Get our good general in the case, and crush, kill, destroy. Probably starting with the ones that are closest to finishing. Okay. Austria just can't catch a break with this HRE business. Which is why they continue to be a worthless ally. I will probably ally them soon, though. Heck, I got a space for them now. Allying Austria, huh? Seems necessary. And they need to be a counterbalance against the French-Castilian alliance. Not even sure who was fabricating a claim on me, but it doesn't even matter. Certainly expensive using all these mercs, but it's so good to have actual money coming in through trade. 12 ducats a pop, thanks to only having 3 provinces inside this trade node. Okay, so this must be the downside of internal conflicts. On come the peasant rebs. Hey Jake, hey chat, what's the news from the Pope? The Pope is about to do an excursion to North Africa to see what other religions there are. He's disguising the trip as a know your enemy kind of affair, but the Pope knows what's up. Does +1 legitimacy equal +1 tradition? No, it does not. Not at all. Oh, this is good. Let your enemies fight amongst themselves and we'll take on the loser. Or the winner, rather. And I think we'll get the defensive bonus here. Because it counts us as being in the province first. Look at that. Easy as pie. And just to be sure, thankfully Tunis haven't grabbed themselves any other horrible allies. They're all Tech 8, except for Morocco, who's Tech 7. We are glorious Tech 10. Not that that really helps much. Tlemcen, it would be lovely to get military access from you, but I think what we'll do is make a beachhead in the desert mountain so he's less keen on fighting us, really. A little bit over the... Nah, we'll just let our troops get back. Jake, wouldn't it be cheaper to go for the West African Sunni lands? They don't have the 100% core creation cost of the Berber lands. Yes, but we're going for North Africa anyway. Look at this. I don't want to involve myself in Africa. You already know my feelings towards Africa. Now, the Gold Coast is something I want, because it's that important centre of trade. And I want the Cape as well. So much for this no colonization run. But we'll get that in due time, and oh jeez, there's no end to these noble rebs. Do they have low legitimacy or something? No, it's high. I can't be dealing with all your problems right now. I deal with more important things. Well, we can transport over 16, so probably just merge you guys together. Trim the fat. Trim the really fatty fat. And get you over there. Now, this is probably going to be a long and exhausting war. Coalition's down to, oh geez, still quite a lot of people. But before we declare war, let's consider who's joining in. There is Morocco. Do Morocco have other friends? They have Toggart, but Toggart's getting involved anyway. The other question is, do I want anything off of Morocco? The answer is I actually would really like Tangiers, because it's an important centre of trade in the civilian trade node. Hadn't even considered that. Tangiers, give it to me. It'll take 2 years base to take it, because we're going to be at war, but this war is going to take more than 2 years. That's actually really nice. I had completely forgotten about Tangier's existence. Genoa have the trade in Tangiers mission, don't they? Trouble in Tangiers. Oh, okay, guess not. So yes, that means Morocco will be a co-belligerent because they'll only call in Toggart, and we'll make Toggart a co-belligerent because they can only call in Morocco. So hey, what a joke. None of our friends want to join in because of distant war and, well, distant war and debt. However, we have the navy to deal with them, and we should have the troops to deal with them. Don't really have the manpower, but mere details. And it doesn't really matter who we make the war goal, but we'll keep it as Annaba, because it's the more likely one that we're actually going to take. Change my mind, it'll be Bizet. Let's do this. Jake, did everyone in the coalition lose their CB because they have no AE against you? That's right. Being in a coalition of 3 or more is not enough. You actually have to have even 1 point, or a fraction of a point of aggressive expansion is enough. But you need to have some aggressive expansion against the target, otherwise you will not get the Casus Belli. I need to stop calling it Casus Belli, it's a Casus Belli. I just don't like belly. It's such an ugly word. So the numbers are quite high. And really, I don't want to throw real troops into this. I need to get my manpower back. But like I said before, Morocco are not a threat here. They're not going to march anything over. So we can essentially rip away 13,000 of these troops aren't really going to be an issue. So we're only really looking at 20,000 men. And they're not about to come to us in these mountains. And I don't think they have their ideas that increases the attrition that we take in their land. Yeah, it's only about trade. Flattening fleets without even realising it. That's an issue though. Let's help out our buddies as if they need it. And the rest of you guys probably... Oh, I forgot to sell Sardinia, didn't I? Well, there's no real problem with Sardinian gnats, are there? You folks, whereabout? Might be a little problematic if I throw you over there. Yeah, I'll just throw you here. Jake, Granada have troubles. That's okay. They're only noble rebs. Noble Rebs and Cadets, we're not worried. They'll raise autonomy, yes, but so what? And if they win, even better, no more problems for you. Now, like I said before, I am all but certain that Tlemcen are not going to give Morocco access, because Tlemcen don't hate me, but they're rivaled with Morocco, so... In a nutshell, no problem with Moroccan troops. Now, either we go for an all-out attack here and spread out, or we don't. He's sitting in a desert. I think he has to die for his complacency. He's pretty heavy going on the cavalry, though. That could work against us. What we'll do then, settle down here and we'll get our cavalry over there. Let's not have a repeat of Carthage. Losing our cavalry and losing it all because of that. Kinda hurts to say no to the admin, but diplomatic power is a bit more important right now. Alright, nice of them to just stand in coastal desert for us. Always get those 10-to-1s. And if I can bait him into this, even better. We'll be back at Anabat on the 13th. We even left our general behind. We'll leave a couple more behind, because I only need a 10 stack to get to 10-to-1. Yeah, that's what I thought. He decided against it. Alright, what is he planning? Well, I know that I don't need this many troops here. So we'll spread out into the desert mountainous areas. I can't convince you not to go to Keef, can I? It appears you're going there anyway. Probably because they know the rest of my units are on the go and I don't want to fight them in desert mountains. But maybe I can goad them into fighting me in desert mountains. They want to go to Constantine and be my guest. It is a very short walk from here to Constantine. Now they arrived on the 26th. They changed their mind because they suddenly realised how badass I am. I'm probably going to check out for those guys as well, so let's keep it like this. I'm ready for you. I think he made a turn for Togurt there. Alright, let's see. It will take us quite a long time to get there. I don't think we'll survive long enough. Oh, not with losses like that. "5 days? No, you guys are already wiped. You'll never last 5. Do I run into desert mountains to fight him? Wouldn't be wise. Really wouldn't be wise. I'm feeling gutsy. Have at, North African scum. Make a march on the capital as ever, and yeah, let's keep these desert mountains for ourselves. Three, 4, 5. That's a pretty poor king for France. Alright, we dealt some damage there. He's gonna run... Where is he gonna run?